step, so many things will be there. But here, it will be in a sequence of steps. Like first step you have to do, and that page will come. You need to do setup. If you click on next, it will go to the next screen. So you no need to worry about, okay, which task I need to select, or else which screen I need to go to do these setups and all. And not only that, initially when we start with the functional setup manager, I will explain you after this screen what is functional setup manager and all. So initially when we go it, Fusion will provide us, for example, if we are going to implement core HR module. So first of all, to implement core HR module, what are all the tasks that you need to configure, as well as what is the navigation, everything it will give you, and it will provide you material in the Excel sheet. Okay, that task also defaultly we can get all those documents and we can download it from the system itself. Okay, so those features are available, and even fast formulas and profile management and workforce directory management, all these things also we are going to cover, and person portrait. Okay, once we did performance evaluation, how it is going to affect in person portrait, as well as absence management, how we are going to assign plans and how we are going to calculate, and how it has been simplified, work schedules, everything we are going to cover in this particular course. Okay, next. What is a coexistence model? Generally, what happened is when Oracle released the Fusion beta version, I mean, initially when it released this Fusion, because EBS, we know it's from years and years people started using it. So all of a sudden they can't go for something else. Okay, so what they have done is slowly they have incorporated, means even though we have core HR and other modules, payroll, everything in EBS, we can implement talent management and CWB in Fusion. It's a coexistence, means some modules will be in one application and one or two modules will be in Fusion, so that they both talk each other, and then data will be flow each other like one system to another system. But few modules we will implement it in Fusion and few modules will be there in EBS. That way they have provided coexistence. So how they have done, I'll give you a simple example. Initially what they have done is core HR will be there in EBS system, let's say, and even payroll is also there in EBS system, but they have implemented talent management. Okay, talent management and the CWB in talent management and total compensation in the Fusion. So, but talent management, we need employee data, right? To do performance evaluations, RL's goals, to assign goals, employee supervisors, we need to have the basic data, right? So, how the basic data has been came here means from the EBS, we used to get basic data to Fusion on a daily basis. Whenever there is a new record got created, it used to come to EBS. So some predefined processes have also been given by Oracle, like HR to HR, okay, and even loaders, HDL loaders, FBL loaders, all these different loaders also they have given to load the data. Okay, that way both the systems will interact with each other. So the HR data will come from the EBS. By utilizing the data, we will implement talent management and we will do the evaluations and everything. So final output will come to the employees, right? Like he has some particular rating, so his compensation has to be increased, or else something will be there, right? So the outcome from talent management, it will go to total compensation in the Fusion itself. And once the total compensation is done, the final output will go to payroll, means from the Fusion to EBS. So this is called the coexistence model. Means two modules we will implement, two or one modules we will implement it in Fusion, and few modules will be there in EBS or third party application. So when we integrate both the systems and then implement that way, that is called the coexistence model. Clear what is meant by coexistence model and all? Or do you have any doubts on this? Okay, can I move to the next one? So here, in this particular Fusion Cloud, what is the importance, or else what is the benefits when compared to EBS? So let me explain you, rather than going to a terminology like, okay, adaptability, okay, the time is reduced and something, I'll tell you in real-time scenarios. Generally, in EBS, when we implement a project, a simple project also, which has just core HR, payroll, and some other module, or else only core HR, payroll, how long we will take? 3 to 6 months, right? Generally, those projects will be like that, isn't it? So, but in Fusion, if you are implementing all the modules also, it hardly takes 3 months, very less time. They're completing these projects very less time. If it is a medium size or a small project, its maximum is 2 to 3 months. For if it is a big project or something like that, it is maximum is 6 months. That's it. Means the time to implement projects are very less. So in a implementation of EBS implementation time, we can implement 2 Fusion modules. So time is very less. And not only that, people will get adopted. Like, I mean, for example, if you are very new to this particular Fusion HCM, you won't feel it as difficult. When you look at the screen, starting if you know, okay, what is the terminology, how the screen looks like, and if you look at these screens, the navigation or else searching for a specific navigation or to implement it, let's say if you are at the zero position also, if you don't know how to implement a particular module also, there are some seeded documents that we can download. Like what are all the tasks that were there, or else what are all the things that Oracle is providing, what are all features that Oracle is providing in this particular offering or module. So we can download all the tasks, and not only that, what is the mandatory step? Means some things we can't ignore. We have to set it up. So those mandatory steps also, it will help us. It will let us know like, okay, this is mandatory, you have to do it, and this is not mandatory. It is conditional basis. Something like that. That intimation also it will give us. I will show you when I open the application, like how to download the document. So just if you go through it, you will get an idea. Okay, what are all features that Oracle is providing, and what are all tasks that needs to be set it up mandatorily. Everything we can set it in a single document. We can see it in a single document. Okay, and not only that. For example, if you have done some implementation or else some setups in EBS system. So if you want to migrate those setups into the next instance, what you have to do in general case? Generally, any idea?
Sorry, come again.
For example, in EBS we have done some setups. Okay, setups are done. Now we have to migrate those setups into the next instance. What we have to do?
Cloning.
Cloning. Okay,
Yeah.
cloning. If it is personalizations and all, also we have to run some programs and we have to do it. But in Fusion, there is a implementation project concept is there. Okay, means this is called the functional setup manager. One specific module before all these things. I'll start with the functional setup manager. So in that, what it will do is how to create a project, how to create users, all the very basic things will be there. So in that, there is an implementation project concept is there. So what it will do is, when we create the implementation project, in that we can send, for example, in my project, I'm going to implement core HR and payroll, okay? And you and me, only 2 persons were implementing this particular project. So in that case, I'm implementing core HR and you are implementing payroll. So what I will do is, I'll create 2 projects, one for core HR, one for payroll. In one project, I will assign the task, only core HR related tasks, okay? And if I want to migrate those set to next instance, simply I can download that project and upload that project into other instance. Okay, simply I can download and upload. So while downloading also, I can select what are all steps, setups that I want to migrate. That also, that option is also available. So it's easy. You don't need to go for clone. Simply you can download or else upload it into the next instance. Okay, so that's how also you can do it. Data migration is easy, and this particular Fusion HCM, what they have done is they have come up with latest features, all the latest features, interactive, more interactive, in network grouping. If you publish something, entire organization could able to look at it, and not only that, help kind of things, and live analytics. Like when you log in the page itself, there will be analytics. You can directly put it in the login page. For example, especially it will help us in financial and sales people. If they want to see the data on a daily basis, for example, when they log in, they want to see a particular sales or particular finance related reports on a daily basis, they can, it will get refreshed. We can do it on same thing. I had a question. Okay, no problem. So that's why, okay. You are from PeopleSoft background, right? Suresh was asking a question like to compare it with the PeopleSoft. Okay, let me explain you first. If you are familiar with the PeopleSoft, you might feel this Fusion HCM completely looks like a PeopleSoft. That's what everyone says. Almost 75 to 80% of things came up from the PeopleSoft. and like flex fields and fast formulas, and these important things are which are helpful to us. Those came from the EBS, and some were very new task. 5% things were completely new. Okay. Yeah, I got it. So if you're familiar with the people, so definitely when I open the screens, you will feel all the screens are comfortable, because earlier in EBS we used to have forms, but here all are ADF pages. All looks like PeopleSoft only, screen, entire screen, and most of the functionality works like a PeopleSoft. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. It's same thing, almost same thing. Very few essence like new features they have incorporated, like flex fields and even fast formulas, that will be new for who came from PeopleSoft background. And even, and then, you know, HCM is a process oriented. Generally, whatever everywhere it's a concept is same. Only thing is how we are going to incorporate it in the system, right? Isn't it? So, say you won't feel it as difficult. So it's the same thing. PeopleSoft, it almost looks like a PeopleSoft only. And next, coming with the analytics, you can see those analytics dynamically. You can see the graphs. You can see the analytics. It will refresh. You know, it will keep on refreshing. So that feature is also available. Those things we can do it in personalizations. When we start the course, I'll cover even those personalizations, how to incorporate particular graphs and analytics in your home screen, or else how to change the labels, all that stuff I'll cover it in personalizations. Okay. And this Fusion HCM cloud basis, it has been incorporated with the OBIE reports. Means even reporting tool, we already predefined subject areas were there. So it won't be so difficult that we need to be a complete technical person to build a report. If you have very basic knowledge, or else if you don't have also, if you start, you know, basics 1 or 2 times, you will do it, you will easily build a report. Simple reports and all, you can easily build it out. So those topics we are going to cover in reports. So reports also we are going to cover here. Okay, so this is Fusion Cloud and EBS differences. And even PeopleSoft, you once if you come to the screens, once if you start doing it in the screens, you will feel same like a PeopleSoft. Almost all the features and even naming terminology, everything, and screens also mostly looks like PeopleSoft. Okay. Next one. So what are all modules that we're going to cover here? We will see now. Here we are going to cover core HR, and before that we will show you what is functional setup manager. There is a FSM, functional setup manager concept is there. So in that functional setup manager, we will cover, like, you know, what is the implementation project, what is the offering, and if we are starting a project, so what they have taken licenses, for which modules they have taken licenses, and what are all available, what they have started, how to see it in the functional setup manager, and do how to create a project, how to assign certain tasks to our project. Okay, and how to assign a particular project to a person, how we have to look at the status. All these things we will cover it in functional setup manager. And even create users. Here there is a concept like OIM, Oracle Identity Management. In system administrator concept, if you are familiar with the system administrator concept, you might be actually. So there we used to call it as responsibilities, users. When we assign any responsibility to a user, they should be able to access the screens related to that particular responsibility, isn't it? So, but it is in the same screen. Who should have a system administrator responsibility, they can able to do all that stuff. Sorry, I think another question. Yeah, create an employee, definitely it will be in the courses, how to create an employee and all. Is it the question that you were asking? Yeah. So we will cover even in core HR what are all basic things, how to create a project, or else how to FSM we will cover, OIM we will cover, and all the basic steps, how to create an enterprise, legal entities, legal employers, legal identifiers, what is legislative data group, all new terminologies we are going to explain in core HR. And what are all organizations we have, departments, divisions, and what is the hierarchy, how to create people, how to create jobs, grades, what structures, and how to load data. If we have so many locations or so many jobs, if you want to load in a single bunch, how we have to load, and through HDL, HCM data loader, or else spreadsheet data loader, how to use it. We are going to cover all these things in core HR. Okay. And OIM, Oracle Identity Management, is altogether a different URL it will open, so that it will be more secure when compared to EBS and all. So OIM, who have OIM access, they only could able to create the users or assign roles. Here, roles don't confuse between the roles. Where we used to call it as responsibilities in EBS, that is nothing but a role here. So here, roles also they have divided into different ways: job roles, abstract roles, okay, duty roles, like that. So for each role, it has its own importance. So when we try to assign that particular role to our user, we will have certain tasks access. So we could able to access certain tasks when we have a specific role. Simple thing is, simply everyone can't able to access the OEM. Simply directly when I click on create user, I can't go to OEM and access it. Unless and until if I have the IT security manager role, I can't able to access the OEM. So that way they have provided more security in terms of roles. So we can assign duty roles, we can dig into the roles also. There will be a hierarchy. Roles also, there will be a hierarchy. Okay, that and all we will cover it in security. Okay, while covering security, we will cover those roles, how to create data roles, okay, how to create duty roles, and how to copy them, or else how to assign roles to a user. All those things we will cover. Okay, and OIM function setup manager, once we cover that, we will come to the core HR. There we will cover how to create enterprise and legal employers, legal identifiers, okay, legal entities, legislative data groups, and what it needs to do with the system and all, and how to create employees, work structures, how to load data, how to terminate employees, all HR activities and all we will cover it in core HR. Next one is payroll. We are going to cover even payroll in this particular course. And profile management, this particular profile management mostly related to the talent management things, like this is a place where we will cover competencies, education qualifications, establishments, certifications, and degrees, all that stuff. And not only that, profiles, job profiles, model profiles we will create here, person profiles we will create here, and rating models, what are all different rating models we have. So all those things we will cover it in profile management. And goal management here, if you have already aware of performance management system in the EBS, then goal is nothing but objective. If you don't aware of it also, no problem. Goal management here is like it's an objective of an employee or else organization. Means what is the personal goals, what are the organization goals, okay. So that way they will differentiate performance goals, what is the goal, and when, what is the end date, and when they have to achieve that, and what is the outcome of it. If there is any learning session needed, how to, suggest that particular course. All those things we will cover it in goal management. Coming to the performance management, here we will do a complete cycle. Can you give me a second time? Hello, sorry. So here in the performance management, what we will do is we will cover a complete cycle. So we will have some exercise like, when employee logs in, who has to start the cycle first, and what are the eligibility profiles. And once employee starts, whom it needs to go manager, and then how to come back, and in between talent review will come. Means talent review here is earlier, if generally everywhere in the every year you might have gone through it. If there is a manager employee discussion, what we will do, we will talk with the manager this that and blah blah blah. Again he will tell something if it is more about the session, and then there will be no recording, something like that, right? Generally it's all paper based. Okay, he said like that, I said like this, something like that, but no recording proof or something. But here through talent review, some meetings we can record it, as well as it will be more interactive session, like it looks like a boxes, So in each box, we will mention like high proficiency, high performance, and low proficiency, high performance, some combinations we will mention. So simply we can, when we look at that graph, we will see, okay, most people were in this particular area, high performance, high proficiency, and very few people were at low performance, low proficiency. So these people we need to give some training. So we have to we have to assign some trainings to them. Again, if one person resigns, what will happen? What is the risk? So if he's looking at admin, so he might be the most important person. So we need to get back to him. We need to bargain with him, something like that. So it will be suggest in the interactive way. It will show you pictorial diagram. So it will be easy to understand for your manager to look at the, like, okay, how many employees are worthy, like how many employees performance is very good at peaks level, and whose proficiency is very high level or low level, and whom we can recommend courses, and if anybody resigns, what is the impact analysis. So all those things they can do it in talent review part. Okay, that is talent review. Actually, before completing the performance cycle itself, talent review will come into the picture, last but one stage. Once talent review is done, then we will give final thing and we will close the cycle. Okay, and absence management also we are going to cover. While explaining core HR itself, we will cover absence management. Once core HR is done, immediately we will start absence management. Okay, and talent review, yes, it's part of talent management we will cover, and compensation, total compensation we will cover, and security, roles, and all the specific things we will cover. Okay, these are all the modules that we are going to cover. Any doubts so far related to functional modules?
So we are not going to cover time and labor module.
That's what actually so far we haven't incorporated. But if you all are looking for time and labor, I'll cover even time and labor as well. Okay, basic setups and all I'll cover. I'll add this here. Sure. But so far we haven't included here. But if all of you are looking for it, then we will take sessions, 2-3 sessions, and we will cover even that as well. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. And the next one is coming. Any other questions so far related to these functional modules?
It's clear.
Yeah. Next one is coming to the technical modules. What we are going to cover here is generally in other applications, if we want to integrate with third-party systems, or else if we want to rebuild the reports, or else load data, we should have more technical knowledge, who have knowledge on APIs and data conversions and big queries we have to write. But here we have a HCM data loader concept. Okay, we are going to cover how to load data through HCM data loader and how to load data through spreadsheet loader, nothing but an Excel sheet. If we get data in an Excel sheet, directly from that Excel sheet we can copy it into the system. How we are going to do it in spreadsheet loader and all, we will show you. Okay, and even a file-based data loader, it is the initial stages. It is the only one which bulk of data we can load it through file-based data loader. Okay, and personalizations. I told you already in personalizations what we are going to cover, how to change the labels, or else all that stuff. If we want to add some analytics to our dashboard, how to add it. And not only that, even if we want to add some reports, if we want to add some specific work area, so those things we are going to cover it in personalizations. And even workflows we are going to cover. Not only workflows, in the workflows we will cover even BPM work list. Okay, business process BPM work list. How to put the approval management we are going to cover. Approval transactions management we will cover, and BPM work list we will cover, notifications we will cover, workflows we will cover, and fast formulas, how to write fast formulas. We will show it in either absence management or else in tab performance management also we can use. And even some eligibility profiles and even payrolls also. Anywhere some 1 or 2 fast formulas we will take and we will explain. Okay. And next one is BI reports. How to build a simple report, like to see any data and all. We will, we will cover here. And even HCM extracts. If you want to extract data from Fusion HCM Cloud, how we are going to cover and all, we will see. So far, you didn't ask me any question. What is the difference between cloud and I was telling like cloud. Okay.
Praveena, one question. If I learn ADF, how much it helped me to survive in this, Fusion HCM, like as a
ADF
functional
you are going
consultant?
to cover with SYA?
No, only ADF.
Only idea if you have big in like customizations. Most of if any client wants a complete, they want a build page or else some more maximum customizations if they are planning to go for maximum customizations. So those cases it will help you out ADF.
So there is a
But
possibility of going
maximum
for that, right?
customizations.
Like for some customers.
For some customers, yes,
Yeah.
because if you look at the screen, once we start the course, you will come to know most of the things we can incorporate with the existing things itself.
Oh yeah.
Earlier, we need to depend on technical people to load data and all, right? Now we don't need
Okay.
actually. If client gives us in .dat format or else some Excel format, we can load it ourselves. As a functional consultant, we can load it out. We don't need any technical person for help and all. Only cases of conversions or interfaces, those cases if they have to write so much, queries and they have to build so much of big queries. So that time they need. Apart from that, maximum things we can do it by ourselves.
Okay.
Reports, even simple reports, we can build it by our own. We can build simple reports, we can give filters. So certain things will be available. Unless and until if it's so complicated, we can do it these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in cloud, can we develop custom pages?
Sorry?
In cloud, can we develop the custom pages?
That's what through ADF, because all this in cloud, we are utilizing ADF pages only. Cloud. So if
So,
we need to develop, what will happen is in cloud database will be with the third party. For example, if we are on cloud, our database, we don't have access to database.
Okay.
It will be with the Oracle. So we have to get the access or else whatever changes we do it, we have to request Oracle to incorporate those changes.
okay.
Unless and until SaaS model. See, in this model, they have given different models. So when it is cloud, what happened is we will not have the database access. We will have only front-end application access. With that also, we can do all this stuff. Whatever I have mentioned here, everything we can do it. Loading data, loading through spreadsheet loaders, personalizations, workflows, fast formulas, reports, everything we can build. But we don't have the database access. Database access remains with the Oracle.
So in SaaS model, Oracle will allow us to develop a custom page and deploy in that cloud.
Because not cloud actually. SaaS model, what they will do is completely they will buy the software, right? Here they will buy the license. So completely they will install their system in their premises. On premises they will install it. So server, everything will be in their on premises. Here server will not be in our on premises.
So this is PaaS model or SaaS model? Just confusing.
Okay, there is a small difference like the software as a service, platform as a service.
Okay.
So one difference is three models for that. Cloud basis, what happens is database remains with Oracle. Only application will be remains with us, and we can incorporate all the changes. We can do implementations. Most of the clients will go for cloud because maintenance is not that easy, as well as that particular license is very costly, expensive.
Okay.
Okay. And coming to the SaaS pass, what's the difference is entire picture you will get. I mean, entire instance you will get it, including server and all. But you will buy it on 3 months. You might have heard generally if they want to learn or else if they have any need or something, they will buy for 2 months, 3 months with some data and all. They'll buy. And after that, they will buy on monthly basis. 2 months for this, 3 months, something like that. And
Like
someone what they
subscription.
will do?
Monthly
Subscription they will do. And one more concept is they will buy entire instance. I mean entire cloud. Entire Fusion HCM they will buy, and everything they will install it in on premises. They will do technical, they will do functional, and they will maintain. DBA concept is not there because server everything they will maintain here on premises. But in cloud, we don't need to worry about servers. We don't need to worry about anything. Only thing is we will utilize the functional. We will do functional setups. We will utilize it, and the user will utilize it. Maintenance will be very less in cloud. Not less. It will not be there with you. Maintenance will taken care by Oracle completely.
So that is SaaS model or PaaS model? That cloud, what you are saying, maintenance by Oracle.
That's the cloud model.
In cloud, SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure as service.
Infrastructure as service is on premises will come complete. In this cloud, I told you right, buying licenses completely if you want to utilize it or else on subscription basis, and the software only if you want to install, and even platform as a software service means only service with software they will install it.
Okay.
Okay, simple
So,
language I'll tell you, most of the people will go for cloud. These days, everyone, almost 90% clients are going for cloud only.
okay.
So
When necessary.
what about the data security? If I go for cloud, so
Uh, data
Oracle is going to maintain the data, right?
right.
What about the security?
Security and all, see, in a only database they are going to maintain. That's it. But data security and all, it will be like we are going to provide in terms of roles, right? So we will have data in our system, but there will be terms and norms will be there, right? Always. So this is the case. This should not go out. Something like that will be there, right?
Okay.
And data security they will provide it more within the organization also, because if you give certain roles, because OIM access is a major for it, you won't get OIM access simply who have IT security manager role. That role we will not give it for users simply like that. Only very entire organization, if we implement a project, one or two people we will give that access. Only one or two people we will give that access, so that they will assign specific roles to the user, so there won't be any compromise in the security. We will have more security, because it will be altogether a different URL. Even we can't even track with the same URL. It will go to a complete different URL, and security, complete different security we will provide for the data. They both will, actual application and OIM will be in sync. When you start this one, in the first session itself, I'll cover creation of users and all. So that time you will come to know how different URL it is going, how they both are talking each other. That time you will come to know actually. Okay.
Okay.
But most of these are the technical terms that we are going to cover. And do you have any doubts in this technical part?
So these HCM data loader and HCM extract, these two are only specific for HCM or for other modules also?
Here we are going to cover for only HCM data loader, HCM only.
No. This data loader, HCM data loader, we are going to use only for HCM, or we can use for other modules also, like financial HCM.
That even I'm not sure. Because even the name we will get, I think financials also it might be there, because this data we will get only if you have human capital management integration specialist role who have the access, then only we will get access to this particular HCM, human capital management data loader. Okay, we will have access to it. Similarly, I think there might be some financial management specialist integration role. So maybe with that, if you can, I think you might need to load accounts, right? Payable accounts, receivables. So those cases, I think it will be available for you as well. Okay. If you want that confirmation, I can try to get that for you. I think
normally in
it might be
EBS
there.
we have, normally in EBS we have web ADI kind of thing.
Right. Web ADI kind of thing is there, but here we don't need to develop that much. But only thing is, if we are using HCM data loader, we have to do it in .dat format. The file should be in .dat format. Okay. Let me show you how that file. Yeah, in our first session I'll show you. I will sit here. It is open. Yeah, it is open here. See, this is the .dat format file. So what it will do is it will give you the header first, metadata, merge data. So here we will give the worker details. Again, worker headers and then worker data. Like that we can load so many employees here. So this is called the .dat format. Wherever data is there, we have to provide data. Wherever no data, we just leave it as blank. See, just pipe symbols. Okay.
So this can be customized, right? Like as per requirement.
Yeah, because if you want to terminate only, you can terminate records only. You can incorporate. If you want to change only assignments, you can only use assignment change records, something like that.
Like HRMS APIs.
Yeah, predefined .dat files will be available for us. When you go to it, sometimes see two cases. Sometimes client will provide .dat file to you and ask you to load it. Okay. Sometimes they won't provide anything. They'll provide some Excel data or else some junk data. So that case you have to refine the data and you have to create your .dat file by your own. Okay. So in that case, if you don't aware of what is .dat file or else how it looks like for worker or how it looks like for jobs and everything, there are predefined sample formats are there in the system itself. So if you want to load worker, there will be a worker.dat file download button will be there. You just click on the download, format will be downloaded. So based on that, what are all fields available, you can incorporate them based on your need. For example, if you want to reverse terminate certain employees, there will be a reverse termination rules available. You just need to set it as yes. So where it will be, you just look at the sample data and then you can incorporate and then you can load it. Okay, all the predefined things are available. You can download it. You have to generate your own files and load it. But if if there are any errors, because while loading you have to give even system data also, like, so what is a legal entity, what is a business unit, those names. If you by mistakenly given mistakes also, it will warn us like, okay, these are the errors. This needs to be corrected in this particular person, for this particular person. This is error message. Something also it will suggest. And spreadsheet data loader, it almost looks like an Excel sheet only. It is in the Excel sheet. If they provide any Excel sheet, if you have any 200-300 and you have data in the Excel sheet, you can simply load it. For that, you just need to install the desktop integration installer. So that also will be available instance only. When you open the instance, in the navigator itself, there is a desktop integration installer icon will be there. You just click on it, the software will get installed, and you can use spreadsheet data loader.
Like normal EBS data loader, we used to upload all invoices.
Yes. Normal data loader only. There, what you have to do is you have to assign, okay, what is the timeline, what is the gap, and you have to give all the data, and you have to monitor, keep on, you have to monitor in the system. Keystrokes you have to give, and not only that, you have to monitor the system. Somewhere if it gets missed out, that's it. Right? Yeah, that you no need to worry about here. Simply if you give the data, it will throw all the rows. Wherever rows were not loaded, it will give you those rows like error messages and all. So again, you can load only error related rows, something like that. So it will be easy. Got it?
Yeah.
Any more doubts? HCM extracts, you can even extract data from the Fusion HCM. That also we can cover there only. While while covering core HR, there will be certain things we need to load, right? So that time I will explain about HCM data loader and spreadsheet data loader. Once it is done, if you want to extract some data, how to do it, I'll show it in HCM extracts. While doing absence management, you need to know eligibility profiles. That time I will explain about eligibility profiles. And then if you need to write some fast formulas over there, I'll explain about fast formulas. And there, if you need approvals, right, in absences, that time while doing absences, I'll explain about approvals also. So it's like a sequence of implementation steps. While doing implementation, if you're doing certain things, next thing you will come across something, right? For example, if you're doing absences, immediately you need to set up approvals also, right? So that's why I'm covering immediately approval, how to do it in absence management. If the same thing comes up in other modules, I'll just show you again, okay, this is approval, this is where you need to set for this example, something like that. Okay, it will be kind of implementation only.
Okay,
it's not like only
fast formulas coding will be as like the same our R12 HR fast formula coding.
Yeah, it's the same, like only it's a bit simplified. So, so for us, we have already used it to that fast formulas and all. So we might feel it as different, but it is a simple language. It's more user-friendly language, like define, like that.
Okay. And this workflows, I heard like it would be SOA related thing in Fusion.
Through application composer, we will do it actually. These workflows, what it has done is, it will ask us to specify what type of object you are going to create these workflows. And in that also email addresses also we can give certain specific email addresses over there directly, or else you want to specify any headers over there, or if you want to write any specific navigations also we can do it. So all those things were available in the workflows.
So there won't be like heavy development as in R12.
So far not required actually. I have done all in a simple way.
Okay.
Unless
so sending notifications
and
and sending attachment in notification and all will be done.
Sending notifications is not that simple. It's very, very simple here. Damn simple here. It's like simply in talent management, if you see goal management or something, if you want to send notifications, it has given 20-30 notifications. There itself only related to goal management. Again, profile, there is specific performance, there are another 30-40, and again, talent review, there are some other 10-15, something like that. Only goal related. If you assign goal, send a notification to manager. If you assign goal, send a notification to HR. If your goal is approved, send a notification to employee. If your goal is approved, send a notification to manager. If your goal is rejected, send a notification to HR. Like that, they have given 20-30 notifications. Among them, whatever you want, you just check the checkbox. That's it.
Oh, so predefined, yeah. Like template kind of, yeah.
You just need to check the checkbox. Okay, I check this checkbox. So this notification I have enabled, because we don't need all these notifications, right? Otherwise, our inbox will get fulfilled.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that way they have very simplified. Not only that, even if you want to change the header also, you don't need to worry much about it. You just need to go to BPM worklist, select a specific task configuration for which notification you are doing it, go there and change the header. That's it. Even if you want to give approve reject buttons in that notification, the emails itself also you can provide in BPM worklist.
Okay.
Generally, those are the real-time things that we will come up, right? In real-time scenarios, what kind of requirement we will get? We don't want this notification. This notification generally with other countries, not our country. Generally, other countries they'll ask like this notification should be so simplified. It should be user-friendly. They should understand easily. So please change the header. That is one kind of requirement that we frequently get it. And another thing is when the notification comes to the email itself, there itself we want to approve. There itself we want to reject. Right. So that
Yes.
also we can incorporate over there. And one, okay, we need notification when they send this particular thing to the manager. Yes, we can incorporate it. And what else they'll request for us? That's all right, maximum.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So all those things we can incorporate here through BPM worklist, approval, transactional management. Two things are more than enough, more than sufficient to incorporate all these changes.
Fine.
Yeah. And even fast formulas also simplified, and even eligibility profiles also simplified. Most of the things were simplified. If you see concept by concept, when we come across any such situation, anyhow, I'm going to explain while creating eligibility profiles, what are all different things and all. So that time you will come to know. Okay. Any doubts so far in this?
It's clear. What else?
If I'm a bit fast, please let me know. I think I'm going fast, right? My pace was fast.
Yeah, hello, Praveena. This is Suresh.
Yeah, Suresh.
Yeah, Praveena, actually, I have a doubt about SAS, PAS, and IAS.
Uh-huh.
Can you please explain once?
Yeah, sure. Can we go to the next screen? That is all
Yeah.
same.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So far it is clear, right?
Yeah, I'm clear about it.
Okay. I'm moving to the next one.
And also, please explain about pre-optimized and cloud.
Okay. Optimized and cloud, I'm not sure about it. What exactly? Maybe I may know, but terminology, what you are talking about, I may not be aware of it. Because I've been working on cloud.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the functional setup manager. In this, workforce deployment is there. So this, I told you there is a workforce deployment, workforce development. Okay, so what is deployment means? Don't confuse. Okay, this is something different. All the basic setups and base organizations and all we are going to cover here. Workforce deployment. Okay. See here, define common applications configurations, HCM related configurations, define payroll elements, and very basic work structures. And in this, what it will do is enterprise, how to create enterprise, legal entities, organizations, divisions, departments, all those things we are going to cover in workforce deployment. Okay. So this is a workforce deployment.
This is setup page, right, Praveena?
Right. When we go to the setup, generally, what are all the tasks that we will access? Yeah, we will access only workforce deployment, workforce development, something like that. So what it will be there in workforce deployment, I'm just showing it.
So first we have to set up the, the workforce development. Then only you can use this function.
Deployment. No, deployment. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, before that, we have to create. We have to know about the functional setup manager (FSM). Okay, what is FSM and what are all things that will be there? So why we need to create the project, implementation project? Once we create the implementation projects, what are all tasks? I mean, if we assign workforce deployment, and we need to assign workforce development. If you don't implement talent management, you don't need to assign workforce development, right? So something like that. If you don't implement payroll, you don't need to have these tasks. Simply you can enable only these 3 tasks. That will be sufficient. Some like that. If you don't implement, you don't need to enable this like that. So what are all, first when we create the project, what are all we need? Only those things we will enable. So only those things we could be able to see when we expand the project. So all these things first we will cover in FSM, functional setup manager we will cover. Once functional setup manager is done, then we will start creating the enterprise and then everything. We will start with the workforce deployment. In this itself, we will cover what are all different lookups, all basic setups like lookups, key flex tables, and DFFs, EFFs if there are any, everything we can cover here. This is the
Praveena,
workforce.
sorry to disturb you, Praveena.
No problem. Yeah.
Yes, see, Praveena, in PeopleSoft, actually, so whenever you're creating an employee ID in core HR, we will fill each and every page like name history, address history, personal data, and payroll, compensation. Each and every page we will enter the man reports and we will save it and submit it. Then only the employee ID will be created, right? In the PeopleSoft.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Whereas in Fusion, how you will be creating an employee ID?
See, here it is a person number. Okay. Person number will get generated, and even assignment number and IDs will also get generated. But only person IDs also will get generated. But here person number is unique. And not only that, when we create only basic data, when we start creating an employee, here there is a concept like, before hire also we can create an employee with the future date. That time he is not an employee. That way we can create, and even if we give very basic details also, it will store the data and will create the person number. It will create the person number. Very basic data. You don't need to provide all payrolls, everything in a single shot. Even if you don't provide all the data, but all required basic data, if you provide also, it will create an employee.
So for the time being, we are creating an employee and we will be using it later, right?
It will get created person number, and later on you can go to manage employment and manage work relationships, work terms. There will be different things. So those we will explain anyhow in core HR part. So based on that, if you are going for work terms, you will assign work terms. If you are not going for work terms, whether you are going or not going, depending on the employment model, what you have selected. Okay, if you are going on just two-tier employment model, you don't need to go for work terms. Simply you can create assignments will be there and work relationship will be there. So in the work relationship, directly later on, you can, even termination, all this stuff you will do it at work relationship, legal employers, everything, high date will be there in work relationship. And in the assignment, you will provide all the assignment related data. If you have work terms, you can create work terms and assign data over there.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
So if you need this optimization, this one I can get back to you, Suresh, on that part. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Because so far we have concentrated mostly on cloud, because almost all the projects are cloud only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Praveena, why I'm asking you, actually I'm from a functional side. Look, I don't have any experience on the technical side.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking you.
I think we don't need to concentrate much on that part, Suresh. So far as I know, because we will do all this technical part, all this functional part. It is nothing to do with optimization. Only these are all related to server and database.
Okay.
Yeah. But even if you, I mean, that's good actually. Knowing things are very good. So if you are into the skill, so definitely I can get back to you on that.
Yeah.
And
Praveena, no. Yeah. And one more thing, Praveena. Actually, please concentrate on core HR and payroll. Actually, the most of the companies are looking for payroll and core HR modules only nowadays.
Yeah. And Suresh, you don't worry. I'll cover each and every concept in the implementation perspective only. Even if you see the materials also, all our screenshots are provided, not the data. Just data oriented. I haven't given in my materials. All the materials will have all the screenshots. If we click on this, what is the next screenshot? If we click on this, what is the next screenshot? Like that I have given.
Yes. Actually, we are also looking for the same.
Yeah, so screenshot basis, materials also screenshot basis. It may not be like a spoon feeding, but actually each and every screenshot will be there. All the basic things, how you have to configure and all, it will be there. If you just follow the document, simply blindly click on. If you do it, you will complete the setup. Only thing is you just need to do it again and again, do some R&D on it and try to click something else. So like that you have to learn. But learning oriented, screenshot, basic steps, screenshots, everything I have given in material. Only thing is in the class, I'll provide extra data, like, generally what kind of messages we will get. So if this is a message, what we need to do. And if we don't assign this particular role, what will happen? If we assign this particular role, what will happen? Those things I will explain extra in the class. Like if we come across, if we don't do this particular setup, what kind of messages we will get, why it is important, why it is not important. Those things definitely real-time oriented. So it needs to be covered in class. But in materials, like I can't give all the scenarios, but setups, all screenshots and what to do setup, what is the navigation, and what is the first step, what is the second step, how to create employee, how to terminate an employee, how to create enterprise, how to create work structures. Like that we have given documents. And even data loaders also we have provided document, how to load data through spreadsheet loader, what is the initial step that you need to do, and what is the next step that you need to do. So everything will be there. If Techlist provides you those documents before itself, if you want to have a look at it, you can do it. But these are all screenshot-oriented documents. You no need to. I'm not going to compromise on the work. Even if you're asking for something today, if I'm not able to explain, also tomorrow definitely I'll come back on. Okay? Because it's always good to know things, like rather than omitting.
Praveena, when you are going to provide, Praveen, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Praveena, when you are going to provide these screenshots before the classes and after the class?
After the classes, once the classes are done, or else if you want before the classes also, we can share these documents with you. But it won't be interesting if we provided all the documents to because it's all screenshot basis, right? So it
So,
may not be interest for you the next class.
no, why I'm asking you, Praveen, actually they are giving instance, right, for 3 months. So if you provide the screenshot, then we can practice ourselves, right?
Weekly basis, every 2 days also we can provide documents, or else if you want this particular week, if we are going to start this Monday, this week documents, if you want to look at it today itself, we can share that because all the documents were already ready.
Okay. So if you
It's
provide before the classes, so it would be great.
yeah, that's fine. I'll check with them, or else you can talk to them directly.
Yeah, I will talk to Ajay, no problem.
Yeah, you can talk to them directly. You will get the documents before the class, but not entire material, only the coming week material. Okay?
Okay, no problem. That's enough.
Yeah.
And Praveena, I heard that like instance will be refreshed for every 1 week or 2 weeks, like that, right?
Uh-huh.
So in that case, how we can continue our setups and all? So
You have to do it. Practice.
we need
You will get
to.
refreshed. What will happen, you will do that because anyhow existing setups are there. Core HR part and all you will do it. But while doing talent management, you need to have 2-3 employees, right?
Yeah.
So you can create or you can utilize existing ones if you don't have patience to recreate all those things. You can, because already existing things also will be there. You can create it or you can utilize them. I don't think so. It will be a big problem actually because you will learn right while creating. First week it will be like by the time you complete the setups, the data will be there only. Even if it gets refreshed, also it won't affect your practice.
Mhm.
Because you just need every time these setups you have to go to the particular screen, create it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and not only that, I'll tell you right away, whatever the documents I have given, first practice it. After that, don't leave it like that. Go to the same screens and try different buttons, different things. What will happen? Get so many errors and try practicing things. Okay, that way you will learn more.
Okay. So after
Because
after having this training, so we don't have any experience in implementations for Fusion, right? So how?
obviously, this is how you will
Yeah.
practice.
So in market, I mean, job searching, how they will prefer us as just trained in Fusion. So without
Are you going as only trained and get me a job?
no. They will consider us for recruiting or like without implementation experience, just trained on Fusion.
That I'm not sure because see it's depending on the company. Generally, if you don't have any experience on that,
Implementation, yes.
it constraints, right? If you are going for very less salary, obviously, okay, anyhow, this guy knows more, and if he's coming for less price, okay, let's take it. And if they have already 2-3 members team, and all 2-3 members are super experienced, that's better for you, right? They'll take you immediately because you come for a less price and already you know the subject, so they'll take you. If
So
they want only
obviously,
one person, they want to assign a project, definitely they'll look for experience.
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's I can't tell you, right? It's depending on the organization
Yes,
and
I got
client.
it. So obviously for Icon we are upgrading our technology. So
Yeah, definitely we have see upgrading our knowledge and then knowing things and get more knowledge always benefit for us, right? We will get
yes.
confidence as well as we can try anything, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
well, Praveen, this is Suresh.
uh-huh.
Yeah, Praveen, how many years of experience you have to keep in resume to get a job? 1 year or 2 years or 3 years?
On Fusion HCM.
Yeah, functional HCM only.
Fusion HCM, I can say rather than years, implementation.
No, I'm
Because
talking about
how
Fusion.
many
I'm
Number
talking
of
about Fusion
implementations.
HCM.
HCM or SCM?
HCM.
HCM, yeah, that's what. Rather than experience, generally people prefers how many implementations you have done. I told you, right? Within 3 months also we can complete one implementation. If you have already done 2-3 implementations in 1 year also,
Okay.
obviously you have much knowledge and you are more capable, right? And generally, if you say 2 years, that also impresses people. 2 years of experience. Okay, this guy has 2 years and he has done 4 projects. Great, they can take it. And sometimes if you say 3 years and done 2 projects, they'll think, isn't it?
So you can provide some data. I mean, clients information and some documents for that.
No, no, no. No client information, no documents, nothing like that. Only thing is, whatever I have
If you want
explained
to
you.
show, if you want to show we have some experience, implementation experience, so we need some knowledge of
See,
that.
whatever I'm taking class, it's a kind of implementation project only. Each and everything is like implementation step only. See, if you go to other trainings and all, they'll take core HR 1 day, I mean 1 week, and talent management 1 week, and 1 day fast formulas, 1 day workflows, 1 day this. Okay. But I'm not going to cover. In core HR itself, I'm covering approvals. In core HR itself, I'm covering loaders. No need, actually, we can take 1 day and we can cover all those stuff in 1 day. But while implementing, we will come across such situations like we need to load data, right? So that time, how to load loaders, how to use loaders, you need to know. So that is why I'm explaining loaders also there itself. And approvals, you need to know when employee got created or else when has been changed, it needs to go for an approval. You need to know about the approvals. So you need to know how to create approvals. That is why I'm showing approvals also there itself in core HR. So it's all implementation model only, step by step I'm creating, because even earlier people also, they have asked the same thing. Implementation, we could able to implement the project. So that is how even I'm explaining the things. And even while taking the class, what I will do is, generally I'll explain you the requirement first. Okay, generally these are the requirements, the general requirements which we used to get from the clients. I'll explain you first, different scenarios, and then we will go through the steps. So those requirements you can note it down and you can do practice also. And if you want to see only materials, there are 100 and 1,000 materials, you know.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
And you no need to worry about it actually. While explaining class itself, for example, core HR enterprise, I'll explain you like, okay, this is the kind of, for example, Oracle organization, we are going to implement this project. What are all sectors they have? Oracle Financials, Oracle India, 2 sectors. And Oracle India, they have here in India as well as in Bangalore or somewhere in India, they have 4 different branches. And even Oracle Financials, they have different, and it is in US also. So how to incorporate that? Which needs to come first? Which we need to divisions first? And legal entities. How many legal entities they should have based on legislation? How many LGDs we need to create? Like that, I'll explain you the scenario.
Okay, so we need to search for a actual real client to put in resume.
That I can't provide you. I think you might check with tech leads.
Yeah,
They can provide you the data. I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
Work-wise, setups-wise, okay, we are fine, but at least we have to show that we have done something in implementation. That is the client and all.
Yeah. That definitely will be there. You have to work on it actually.
Yes.
You have to get that project, and not only that, getting that, you have to know like generally what kind of scenarios will be there, and you should be confident enough, like, you know, questions like they'll ask, okay, if this is a case, can you able to segregate between this, or can you able to create that way, or can you duplicate it, or can you give ratings only for goal, or can you give ratings for entire group, something like that they'll ask. So if you need to know means, you need to, I mean, at least in that project, one scenario you will take, that only you can explain to them, so that they'll get confidence, okay, you have done something.
So are you going to provide what are the questions they'll raise in interview?
That anyhow, in every class I'll tell, like different scenarios I'll explain, but not questions, interview questions. So yeah, they'll ask, like, I'll explain you in the class itself why we need to create LDG, legislative data group. For each legislation, we need to create one LDG, one legislative data group. Generally, that question I'll stress on it, but that question you will get in each and every interview. They're like, can I create 2-3 LDGs for one single legislation? With that answer, you could able to answer this question, right? I said at least one LDG you should create for legislation, and they've asked a question, can you create 2-3 LDGs for one legislation? Can you answer that question now?
Okay, and this one,
can you answer or not?
Yeah, Praveena, it seems so. So we can create more than one, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That's right. Actually, at least one you should create. I'm telling you, at least one should be there. One should be there. I'll stress this point.
It is a mandatory create at least one.
At least one, because that is a legislation specific. So for each legislation, one LDG should be there. And if you want to segregate between people, 2, 3 groups, something like that, you can create 2 LDGs also. So that is a question generally people will ask. Similarly, what is the difference between legal entity, legal employer? What is the difference? They'll ask that question. While explaining, I'll tell the difference to you anyhow. While creating the legal employer, this is how you have to define. If the same legal entity, if you define as payroll statutory unit, this you are going to utilize it in payroll. If you use the same legal entity as a legal employer, you can hire employees under this legal entity. Like that, anyhow, I'll explain while explaining the session. Then you could able to answer, right?
Okay, and one more thing. For migrating, just we are going to download that project and we are going to upload that one, right?
Yeah.
So the same way here, every week the instance is going to refresh, right? So before refreshing, can I download the project? After refresh, can I upload the same thing?
Try that out. Try it out. Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
But don't do from the core setups. What will happen is already some existing setups will be there, right? So you have to have some action reasons, action codes, 3 different things will be there. So take simple things, jobs kind of stuff, something like that, and then try to upload it. Yeah, jobs kind of stuff you will take and create the same BUs what you have created in earlier version. Same BU you create it here and then try to load it. Definitely it will get loaded because 3 different things also should match, right?
Yeah.
Prerequisite. So generally that is where the people will get it. Prerequisite should match. If you have created same prerequisites in this instance also and try to load it, definitely it will get loaded. You can try it out actually. That's what I'm telling. Definitely when you have to try each and everything, then you will come to know. I don't need to explain each and everything also. You will come because when you download one thing, when you upload one thing, you will come across 2, 3 errors and you will try to debug it and then try to find it out. You will struggle. So that way you will learn, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, Praveena, testing is required for these Fusion applications like PeopleSoft.
I don't know because PeopleSoft how they will do, but in Fusion applications testing, because anything what we have done set up, we need to test it, right? But in PeopleSoft how testing they will do it, I'm not aware of it.
The PeopleSoft actually the testers will do the testing. So once the development is completed and deployed into the test instance, then we will perform testing.
Even here also we will test. Once we are done with that, we just need to test it out once.
They will have some test cases, I guess.
Sorry?
So who will be preparing the test cases? The function consultant or the separate test?
No test cases. If we have done the setups, it's depending on the organization. If it is a big team and they have separate people who are doing testing, so they will do it. If it is a small team, we are implementing it. Generally, we are implementation case. We will do it by our own, not testers, because we have done the setup. What we are going to achieve, we know. So we will test it, obviously.
So ultimately, the functional consultant has to take the responsibility for testing as well as the setup.
Yeah, definitely. We will have to test it. Once we have done the setup, we will have to test it, what we have done and how it is performing, and whether we could able to achieve the proper thing or not. We have to verify it first. Then only we have to release it to the other people.
Okay. But how do you report a defect in Fusion? Whether it's a development team or who will be retrieving the defects? Yeah.
It's a defect means if you are product defect, you have to raise it to the SR Oracle. You have to raise SR to Oracle. If it is a normal internal some technical thing, you couldn't able to whatever customizations you have done because of that you are getting this issue, you have to report it to the internal team. But if it is a product defect, you have to raise it to the customer. SR Oracle.
If you repeat a defect internally, then who will be fixing this defect? So the separate development is there, team is there, or only functional consultant?
I mean, once you have done the implementation, then defect you are telling, right?
Yes.
See, there are different cases. Well, generally, you will implement project for your client, right?
Yeah.
Generally, clients, they will do like, the agreement will be like only implementation agreement. They will take first. So once implementation is done, 1 month post-production support will be there. So in that, even who has implemented that, they only have to support it for that first 1 month. It is a post-production support. And after that also you need to support means they have to have an agreement, support agreement with the organization for whom you are working. So they will give support contract to you, then you have to support even customer. So that time you are going to be supporter and customer is going to be reporter of an issue. You got the point? No?
Yes, I got the point. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how it's depending on the agreement. In implementation time, until post-production support, you have to support them. If there is any issue regarding what you have implemented, you have to resolve it. If it is related to product bug, you have to raise it to SR and you have to work with them and you have to resolve it like that.
Okay, okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. So in this cloud, implementation cost is very less, and so whatever we have discussed so far, all these things are there: analytics, indicators, dashboards, and we could integrate it with other third-party systems, any third-party, even PeopleSoft we can integrate, EBS we can integrate, ADP we can integrate, something like that. Okay. And implementation cost is also very less, and one single sign-on for OEM and application. Both we can use it as single sign-on. So any other question and answers?
Yeah, well, Praveena, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
See, actually, the server will be maintained by the Oracle, right?
Right.
So
In
in this
cloud.
case, yeah, in cloud, right? In cloud. For example, the Tech Mahindra is using HCM Cloud, okay, and the server will be maintained by the Oracle. So what about the security about the server and the data of Tech Mahindra?
It's a complete responsibility of Oracle.
So there is a chance to view the data, right? I mean, there is a chance to misuse the data, right?
No, not at all, not at all. It's, these are all like hundreds crores of projects, and it's not so easy to review the data, or else so easy to reveal the data. They have taken 100,000 precautions. They will give everything, will be signed in the agreement. They won't reveal any data at any point. And even for end users also, they will give only with the access restrictions. They will not provide each and everything to you. Only few people they'll provide access.
Okay, but there is a chance to misuse the data, right? If the few people want to misuse the data, they can do it, right? There is a chance.
I don't think so, because these are all will be so organized actually, especially when you are especially if you come to Oracle, there are so many clients who is working under cloud. So
Okay.
it won't be such an easy task, simply reflecting data or else something. It is not so easy actually. They won't even allow you. It will be more secure if you go to the organization in Oracle. Certain projects will be like, how it will be. Even you can't take mobiles inside. So it's completely depending on the what type of project and all.
So
So
why
they
I'm asking
won't.
you, Praveena? Why I'm asking you? I worked in Cisco projects. Even they won't allow mobiles also inside. Okay, that's why I'm asking. So if the server is maintained by the Oracle, there is chance to misuse the data. So that's why I'm asking how they will be providing the security to the company.
That Oracle will take care of it. We are not the ones who who have to worry about it. Once if we give agreement, it's a headache of Oracle that they will not reveal to data to anyone, and say data security and maintenance, everything will be taken care by them only. That is why even upgrades, clonings, everything also, they will inform us 2-3 months before itself. They will give certain dates, like okay, these are the dates we are planning when you want it. So client has to inform them at least 1 or 2 months ahead of time, saying, okay, on this particular date, please do cloning. So that time only they will do it. At least 1 month before you have to request for cloning. It's not simply EBS. What we will do, whenever we want cloning in implementation project, every 15 days or 1 month we used to refresh it or we used to clone it, right? But it's not the case with Fusion Cloud. If you want to clone, you have to request Oracle 1 month ahead of time. 1 month or 2 months before, you have to request Oracle, like we need a clone for this particular time. That time only they will do it. And even upgrade, that time only they will do it. And they will send you information 3 months before itself. Okay, we are planning to upgrade to this particular release on this time, on this month, on this instance. Like that, they will explain you each and every data. We have to give approvals, then only they will do it. Okay? Yeah.
Praveena, I have a doubt about the versions. Now the 11 version is running, right?
Right.
And the 12 is going to release in August, right? And the middle of the August.
Right.
So we have done some changes in the 11. Okay, let's say suppose we have done some changes in the 11 version. And they have deployed to, they have released the 12th version on August mid, and let's say suppose 15th of August. Okay, how the company is going to deploy the changes into the version 12?
No. Actually, see, what happened is there will be a sandbox concept. If you have already published the sandbox, those changes will be reflected to the application. Okay, if you don't publish it, only still you are working on sandbox and all, when that patch is applied, this data will go. That is why they will inform you, please before upgrade, please do these steps. If there is any data in Sandbox, please clear it out or else please deploy it. If there is anything in this particular area, please deploy it. Something like that, they will explain you the steps before upgrade itself. Otherwise, if you just keep it on Sandbox, you're working on something and you keep it in Sandbox, the data will go off if you apply the patch. That is why they will inform you before itself, please take care of this particular data in the Sandbox before upgrade, before release.
So if Oracle upgrades the version to 12, automatically it will be reflected in Tech Mahindra server also.
For whom they were doing, for them only it will get reflected. For example,
So
if they are doing for Tech Mahindra, only Tech Mahindra will get impacted.
No. What my question is here, the Tech Mahindra is using version 11, okay, and Oracle is released version 12.
Okay.
Okay, then automatically the version will be implemented in Tech Mahindra server also.
If they're going on cloud basis, and Oracle is maintaining and supporting, then Oracle will send them a request saying, okay, this is going to release in August. We are planning to upgrade your system in September. Please let us know your approval or else your timings. So these people have to confirm the timings. Okay, on September 15th, we want this to be upgraded in test instance. So they will do it on September 15th, only test instance upgrade. Okay. Even prod again, they have to send the approval.
So once the Tech Mahindra provides approval for version change, then only the Oracle will provide the access.
Exactly. These people have to confirm. Though they will inform, okay, this is the release going to on this particular day and all. But these people have to inform. Okay, we are okay with that. Please do it on this particular day. On that day only they will do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Any doubts? Any more doubts?
So final question. So will you suggest us to learn ADF for this HCM Fusion HCM as a techno-functional?
Techno-functional, if you know this stuff more than sufficient. If you learn ADF also, it's added value. That is up to your time. That is up to your time and availability, everything.
Okay.
But this, whatever we are going to cover in this particular course is more than sufficient to do a project. Even if you learn ADF extra skill set, that will be well and good. But you have to do all alone things, means time will not help you out. You won't get that much time to implement a project in EA. You have to do it ADF, you have to do all that stuff.
In support time, they might be required.
ADF will help you out, because ADF means, okay, this guy knows even ADF, this functional, technical, so definitely preference will be there.
So if they want some customized application, they can develop it and they can deploy it in WebLogic server and they can interface it to Fusion Cloud.
Yeah, right.
So there may be chances of like that.
Yeah, definitely. If you have added a value of technology, definitely it has its own importance. It has its own value.
Okay. So it will be completed in 2 months exactly, or it will take more than that?
No. Actually, this will be completed. 2 months. 2 months itself. Only thing is this 10th, maybe 2-3 days I might be on leave. Apart from that, every day it will be there. If we are feeling like we are lagging and all, we can take even Saturdays. That will not be a problem.
Okay, so it will be only weekdays as per as. No.
Yeah, weekdays and alternate weeks we can take even Saturdays based on we feeling like, okay, we are not moving classes so fast, then that time we can take even Saturdays.
Okay, so instance we will get instance access if you want after this completion of course. Some more.
No. Before completion, when you join the course itself, maybe once you all formalities, financial formalities are done, then immediately they might release the instance to you.
No, if you want to after completing the course also, I mean.
Yeah, I think you can check with them. You can get it, but there might be some. They might give some conditions, something like that. I'm not sure about it. Please talk to them. They will give you right data.
Okay.
I might give you wrong data. There is a possibility.
Okay. So normally in 3 months we can't. Get hands-on.
You will get it actually if you do it. If you start doing it, will be. Anyhow, they will get it. That's actually right value. If you want to even continue the practice and all, you can ask them. They may charge something or else. I don't know. Please check.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Praveena, when you are going to start the actual session?
When
On
you
Monday or
want it,
Wednesday?
when you want it, immediately we can start.
Praveena, actually, I'm expecting on Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You can inform the tech leads. So based on that, you were all you. If you all of you are interested, all of you are ready to join from Wednesday, they can start even Wednesday or Monday if
So
you are ready.
what are the timings, Praveena? It's the same time,
Uh,
10 to 11 or 9 to 10?
9 to 10, you are interested?
Yeah,
For
9 to 10 or
us,
10 to 11,
it
whatever
will
maybe.
be
If you all are okay, 9 to 10, 9 to 10 also will be okay. If you are, I think 9:30 to 10:30 is also fine, but 10 to 11 might be better. We need to think.
7
But
to
9 to
8.
10, 9:30 to, huh?
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
Too early.
It's too early, boss.
In Bangalore, we need to leave to office early, so it will be very. I mean,
Okay,
take
what time you
one
have
and
to
a half.
leave early? I mean, what time you have to
Nine
leave?
nine by 9 we need to leave.
By 9.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, no problem. We will do one thing. Just inform, I mean, what time you are comfortable, inform them. Based on that, we will adjust the timings. We will set aside timings for you.
Okay.
Because all of other people also should ready by 7, right? So if everyone are ready by 7,
Yes,
we'll,
Praveen, it would be better if you start by 7 o'clock because heavy traffic in Bangalore. So if you start the session at 7 o'clock, at least we can start by 9 o'clock in the office.
okay. So all of you are 7 to 8 are fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are fine.
Okay. Have to get a bit fine. Okay. Okay, no problem. Inform them. Just inform them your comfortable timing and all. So once if you all of you ready, immediately we can start Monday. Or if you are all okay by Wednesday, we can start Wednesday. Just inform your timings on day when you are ready to start. So they'll inform me like we can catch up next week.
Sure, sure. So it will be 1 hour session per day.
Yeah, it will be 1 hour.
Okay.
And I think if you are missing anything, if you want to rejoin every alternate weeks are based on people coming, we can even put some sessions like backup sessions. Okay, we will just to put one session, backup sessions, 2-3 hours session. So in that also you can join. And if you are missing anything, if you want to interested to join anything, also you can join in other batches also. There is 8 to 9 one batch, so in that also you can join.
Let's see.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like any batch if you are interested in, I mean, anyhow 78 batches going on. You want to listen one more time about basics or else from backup sessions, you can join some Saturday session. Or else if you want to see the first formulas or else workflows or else approvals, you can join that also next anytime. If you want to you listen second time, third time, something like that also you can join. That's what I'm telling. Audios will be there anyhow.
Okay.
Well, Pravina, every weekend we will move to our hometowns. So if you arrange the session on Saturday, so I think so we
It's
will meet
okay
it
then. That will be better. No Saturdays.
because it's a weekend, right?
Yeah, I know. That will be so good actually if you don't have sessions
Yeah.
on Saturday. But yeah, that if that is okay, I think 2 months we can cover. But if at all, if we feel any time, if all of you are okay to put on Saturday, just let me know. That time we can take Saturday. Otherwise, we can leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, Pravina. So everyone is available on Saturday, then so we can
Yeah, that
take up the
only
class
that
on
day.
Saturday.
That day,
Yeah,
whenever
that day.
we feel like we are lag on a course or something, that time we can take
Yeah.
that session.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
For all of you, is that okay? Well done.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Okay. So, any more questions?
As of now, no questions.
Okay. So no problem, materials already, videos will be available. You can join or listen class anytime whenever the class is running. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
hi, all. This is Suresh. Praveen can start the session on Wednesday if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. For
Because
all of you, okay. If you all of you are to start session on Wednesday, okay, I'll start on Wednesday itself.
actually, I'm asking all of the people who have joined in the meeting,
Okay.
so they have to reply me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I will be on leave on Monday, so I'm going to my hometown. I will be back on Tuesday in Bangalore, so I will be available starting from Wednesday.
No problem, Suresh. We'll do that. We'll
Yeah, we can start on Wednesday, right?
start on Wednesday. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Praveena. Thanks, Praveena. So the session was very good. So
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Okay.
Enjoy your
Okay.
weekends.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you.